All right, before we start talking about our fingernails. All right, Lainey, on number 11, you do not have to draw a triangle. Guys, I have a coordinate plane over here for you to draw your triangle if you want to. You don't have to. But Samara, what you got to be able to do is find the radius. So I showed y'all this yesterday. It's easy. All you do is 8 squared plus 15 squared equals. You don't have to type in negative 8 squared because when you square it, it's going to turn into a positive anyway. So type that in either calculator you want to. 8 squared plus 15 squared, tell me what you get. All right, 289. What's the square root of 289? It's on the board. That is how you find the radius. That is so easy. Nobody ever misses this one on the test. Lots of kids miss 12 and 13 every year. All right, so Julia, we're good so far. You see how I got 17. Now, Julia, we're just going to use these 6 formulas to find my answers. So when you find sine, y on top, r on the bottom. So that's 15 over 17. And we know if sine is 15 over 17, I can flip it, and it goes right here for cosecant. All right, you guys find the other 4 answers. So cosine is x on top. I got negative 8 over 17. Flip it, that's negative 17 over 8. Tangent's y over x, negative 15 over 8. Flip it, that's negative 8 over 15. So again, number 11 is meant to be the easy one that nobody ever messes up on. Anybody have a question on 11 before we do 12? All right. Go to 12. All right, let's look at 12. Were you guys asking about 12 or 13? Which one is it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. This is what you're looking at for 12. First thing let's do. Samari, let's figure out which quadrant on my graph do I need to put my triangle. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, let's check. Look, it shows you right here. Put your triangle between that number and that number. So here's 3 pi over 2, here's 2 pi, it'll be right in the middle. Draw that triangle for me in quadrant 4. All right, that's the first thing you want to do. Next thing let's do. Samari, they are giving us the answer for cosine. They're saying, hey, cosine is 12 over 13. So I can write that answer in here, I can flip it and write that answer in here. So even if you don't know how to do this problem, you can still get those 2 right. All right, next. Samari, what's it say on the board my formula is for cosine?
I gotta zoom in real quick. X over R.
Zoom in real quick. X over R. So we got to put 12 on the x-axis. So 12 goes here. And we got to put the radius is 13. It goes here. The radius is always your hypotenuse, remember, and it's always positive. Now, we normally do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Well, look at this one. I got 12 squared plus b squared equals 13 squared. Now, I don't care if y'all write that down or not. You don't have to write it down. So I'm not going to do 12 squared plus 13 squared this time because they're not on the same side. So what am I going to actually put in my calculator? Yeah, 13 squared minus 12 squared. Type that in your calculator. Tell me what it equals. 13 squared minus 12 squared is, Hunter? Hunter says it equals 25. What's the square root of 25? All right, so this side is going to be 5. All right, now here's the first trick, Samari. They're trying to fool you. That has got to be a negative 5. Well, how do you know that? Because it's going down. If you go down, that's a negative number, right? If it was up here, Laney, it would be a positive 5. But since it's going down, that's a negative 5. And the only way you're going to know that's by looking at your triangle. And that gets a lot of kids every year on the test. And they miss the other 4 answers because they forgot to put their negative. Now, from here, it's not bad. Use your formulas. Y on top, R on bottom. So that's negative 5 over 13 here. Flip it, that's negative 13 over 5. Okay, Tangent is y on top, so that's negative 5 over 12. Flip it, that's negative 12 over 5. Okay, so I have showed y'all enough so you can do 13 by yourself. All right, now, Laney, I know my formula for secant, that's my r, that's my x. So look, guys, they are trying to trick you right here, Samar. They're saying put your negative 61 here and put your x here. All right, they are definitely trying to fool you on this one. This is going backwards, Laney. That's got to be a negative 11, and I just said on the last problem, the hypotenuse is always positive, guys. So look, how they tried to fool you, you got to know, okay, on this one, we're just going to move the negative on the bottom. The negative goes here, and that number's a positive. And the only way you can know that is by looking at your triangle, knowing that the hypotenuse is always a positive number, and I'm going backwards 11 there. That's got to be negative 11. All right, so Julia, I now have 11 squared plus b squared equals 61 squared. What am I going to type in my calculator to find my answer? I'm going to do 61 squared minus 11 squared, because when I move it over, it's going to turn into a minus. 61 squared minus 11 squared is, I got 3,600. Got to find the square root of 3,600. I don't have it on the board. 60. All right, so I put 60 for this side. What did I leave off? Guys, it's going down. You got to know it's a negative. All right, so 13 is definitely the hardest problem on the test. You got negatives everywhere you have to add, and kids forget it every year. So, let's write some answers in. Secant is negative 61 over 11. I can flip it, and that's negative 11 over 61. They gave us that one. How do we find sine? You look on the board, put y on top, put r on the bottom. Go. So my y-axis is negative 60 over 61. Flip it, negative 61 over 60. All right, do the last two answers. Y over x. All right, look at this one. I got negative 60 over negative 11, right? What's a negative divided by a negative going to give you? So y'all got to have positive 60 over 11. Flip it. It's positive 11 over 60. All right, do the front. And on the front, you will need a unit circle. You have to